If you are a Gen Z watching this video, it is practically impossible for you to picture a world without Google. Not to sound like your millennial coworker or sibling, but honey, you have it easy. Part of the story in today's video goes very way back to when there was something called an encyclopedia that lived inside a place called a library. This is Opulence Luxury, where we discuss the luxurious life of the rich. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications as we talk about the architects of the Googleplex. The company Alphabet Incorporated, or Google, is very big and ubiquitous. With a logo and search box that is readily recognized by billions of people in the world, Google has become entrenched in our culture, receiving acclaim in all forms of popular media. As the most popular search engine in the world, it gets talked about in movies the same way an actor will say, "Please pass me the salt." Registered as Google Limited Liability Company, it is proudly an American multinational technology company. Google LLC has specializations in everything from artificial intelligence, online advertising, cloud computing, computer software, to quantum computing, e-commerce, consumer electronics, and their flagship offering, search engine technology. Highly regarded as one of the globe's most valuable brands, it attains its prominence through market dominance, extensive data collection, and technological prowess, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Now operating under the umbrella of its parent company, Alphabet Incorporated, Google takes its right of place among the 5 big tech companies, alongside Amazon, Apple Incorporated, Meta, and Microsoft. As the foremost subsidiary within the Alphabet conglomerate, Google operates as a pivotal holding company for an array of internet properties and interests under the Alphabet umbrella. Sundar Pichai took the helm as Google's CEO on October 24, 2015, stepping into the shoes of Larry Page, who concurrently assumed the role of CEO for Alphabet, overseeing the broader corporate landscape. A noteworthy development occurred on December 3, 2019, when Sundar Pichai expanded his leadership responsibilities to become the Chief Executive Officer of Alphabet as well, marking a strategic move to consolidate and streamline the executive leadership across both Google and its parent company. This strategic alignment positions Pichai at the forefront of steering both Google's day-to-day operations and overseeing Alphabet's overarching corporate strategy. Would be nice to find out the people behind all of these, the ones who started it when all that existed was a dream and a kinda awkward name, Backrub. Introducing doctors, Larry Brin and Sergey Page. Sorry, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, founders of Google and what has become known as Alphabet Incorporated. How did the name replacement feel? If the word Google was a person, it would feel avenged right now because these guys took inspiration from it and built their first business upon miswriting it. But that is not our fight. Let us examine the background of these 2 great guys. 50-year-old Lawrence Edward Page was born into a family where both mother and father were computer techies. Carl Victor Page Sr. earned his PhD in computer science from the University of Michigan. His status as a trailblazer in the fields of computer science and artificial intelligence was aptly described by BBC reporter Will Smale, who called him a pioneer. Carl Victor Page Sr. held the position of a computer science professor at Michigan State University, contributing significantly to the academic landscape. Following right alongside was Larry Page's mother, Gloria, who was an instructor in computer programming at Lyman Briggs College. That further showcases the family's deep-rooted connection to the world of computer science and education. The apple is not falling far from the whatever. It comes as no surprise that his childhood was an environment that allowed for his immersion in computer technology. At the age of 6, for toys, he had first-generation computer stuff lying around to play with. In his elementary school, he was the first kid to turn in his assignment from word processor. Do you even know what that is? At the time of his youth, Page was an enthusiastic reader who also engaged in musical pursuits during his formative years, playing instruments and delving into music composition. His parents enrolled him in the Interlochen Arts Camp in Interlochen, Michigan, a summer camp dedicated to the arts. Page attributes his impatience and obsession with speed and computing to his musical education, emphasizing the correlation between his musical training and the swift legacy of Google. Reflecting on this connection, Page stated in an interview that, in some sense, I feel like music training led to the high-speed legacy of Google for me. He elaborated on the significance of time in music, stating, "In music, you're very cognizant of time. Time is like the primary thing, and drawing parallels with percussionists who operate within milliseconds and fractions of a second. Coming from that background with a computer-littered childhood and attentive parents, the genius in Page was well fed. From a very early age, I also realized I wanted to invent things, so I became interested in technology and business. Probably by 12, I knew I was going to start a company eventually." And that is what the genius had to say of himself. While at the University of Michigan studying for his Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, he was very busy. He created a unique inkjet printer constructed entirely from Lego bricks, essentially functioning as a line plotter. Motivated by the idea of cost-effective large poster printing using inkjet cartridges, Page reverse-engineered the ink cartridge and personally designed the accompanying electronics and mechanics to drive the printer. Concurrently, he served as the president of the Beta Epsilon chapter of the Eta Kappa Nu Honor Society and contributed to the 1993 Maize and Blue University of Michigan's solar car team. Also, he proposed a groundbreaking idea to replace the school's bus system with a personal rapid transit system, a driverless monorail featuring separate cars for each passenger. His visionary thinking extended to developing a comprehensive business plan for a company focused on using software to construct a music synthesizer. All of those built into when he will be set for his PhD dissertation and then meeting Sergey Brin. Now would be a good time to circle back and bring the other architect of the Googleplex on board. In February 2009, the National Academy of Engineering inducted Sergey Brin as one of its own. He was selected particularly for his leadership in the development of rapid indexing and retrieval of relevant information from the World Wide Web. Just so you know, the National Academy of Engineering is among the highest professional distinctions accorded to an engineer. It honors those who have made outstanding contributions to engineering research. Interestingly, he is also 50 years of age, like his intellectual soulmate, which an Economist paper of the 6th of December 2008 calls the two of them. It so happens that by the time young Larry was 6 and getting curious, and taking things apart in his house in Lansing, Michigan, Sergey and his family were emigrating to the U.S. from the Soviet Union. Sergey Mikhailovich Brin was born on the 21st of August, 1973, in Moscow of the Soviet Union. Two of his parents, Mikhail and Eugenia, were graduates of the Moscow State University. Things took a dramatic turn in 1977. Following his father's return from a mathematics conference in Warsaw, Poland, Mikhail Brin made a significant announcement. It was time for the family to emigrate. The formal application for their exit visa occurred in September of 1978. The move had immediate repercussions as his father was promptly dismissed from his position, and his mother also had to relinquish her job due to associated reasons. Over the next 8 months, grappling with the absence of a stable income, the family took on temporary jobs while living in a state of apprehension, fearing their exit visa request might meet the fate of many refuseniks. Their perseverance paid off in May of 1979 when the family was granted official exit visas, marking the pivotal moment when they were finally permitted to leave the country. And leave they did, first to Vienna in Austria and then Paris in France. On October 25 of the same year, they arrived in the United States. His father had gotten a teaching job at the University of Maryland. Now in the United States and 738.6 miles away from his future business partner, young Sergey attended elementary school at Paint Branch Montessori School in Adelphi, Maryland. However, his academic journey expanded beyond traditional classrooms, as his father, now a professor in the University of Maryland's mathematics department, played a pivotal role in encouraging him to delve into mathematics. The education at home came in handy, too. With the support of his family, he had a conducive learning experience, which also contributed to maintaining his proficiency in the Russian language. The background is very important, all right? It helps that your mother is a scientist with NASA. From Paint Branch, Montessori Brin continued his education in Eleanor Roosevelt High School in the same Maryland. In September of 1990, he embarked on higher education at the University of Maryland, where he earned his Bachelor of Science degree from the Department of Computer Science, achieving honors in both computer science and mathematics at the remarkable age of 19. In the same year as his graduation from the university, which was 1993, Brin interned at Wolfram Research, known for developing Mathematica, further enriching his practical experience in the field. Commencing his graduate studies in computer science at Stanford University, Brin was supported by a graduate fellowship from the National Science Foundation. By 1995, he successfully earned a Master of Science degree in computer science from Stanford University. Next is the pursuit of his PhD at the same university, and the stage is all set for the two men to meet. It all aligns with the famed PhD at Stanford. Stay tuned to see how it pans out.